don't knows about this. I don't knows about this. Moses, this could change our life. But I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Every year, millions upon millions of dollars of illegally gotten gains are seized. However, if you're that savvy and exceptionally lucky storage auction buyer that happens to come across a large sum of cash bought in a storage unit at the auction, pay close attention to this video. There's a lot of good tips, and I'm going to keep it legal and above board because you don't want what has happened to others to happen to you. Storage unit auctions and large sums of cash. I've been meaning to do this one because it's kind of been like, do I really need to do that video? Screw that video, but it seems I need to do this video. I've gotten several emails like this, and when I was in the business, I've heard a lot of tales of this happening. I'll start off like this. Hey Glendon, I live in Nashville, Tennessee. About 3 years ago, a friend and I were paid to clean out storage units, and our pay was what was in the storage units. Most of it was trash, but a small safe was in it, and we opened it up, and there was $60,000 cash. We took it to a lawyer. Mistake number one. He called Vice Metro Police. Mistake number two. They told us they did not care. Lawyer put the money in bank. He said we would have to wait 90 days. Mistake number three. Vice came back, seized the money, and it's been in limbo for 3 years. Do you have any advice for me? Thanks, Dear Screwed. I ended it Dear Screwed because you're screwed. Number one, we're going to talk about some stuff that's a little crazy, but if you find a large sum of money in a storage unit that you bought at auction, it's yours. Let's just talk about the laws of seizure and money laundering. I will tell you this happened, and I'm not really cool with this at all. This unit was never going to come for auction because the guy was on top of his payments for obvious reasons. DEA had stalked this guy, and they seized his storage unit, and there was $3 million cash in a trash bag. Several trash bags. And they just took the money, and they didn't arrest the guy. To me, that says it's not about the crime, it's all about the money. So many law enforcement agencies are all about seizure of cash first, prove you earned it honestly later. If you can't, we're not going to put you in jail. We're just going to keep the money to fund our fight against crime. All right. So you get a unit, and let's just for the sake of argument, there's $100,000 cash in that unit. Cash money, $100 bills. You get the unit. This is your course of action. You tell no one, not your friend, not your mother, because so many people have gotten caught up because you're like, I'm going to keep the money. You tell your uncle, they call the police, and they're like, hey, we need to turn it in that 90-day bullshit. This is the most power you have is having possession of the money. Once it leaves your hands, chances are slim to none that you will ever get it back. So don't let it leave your hands. This is how you handle the situation. And part of this is because we live in a culture that thinks making money, being successful, having wealth is evil. So people get all nutty about a lot of money. It's like, oh God, what am I going to do? They start acting like runaway slaves. I don't knows about this. I don't knows about this. Moses, this could change our life. But I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And equally insipid bullshit like that. There's this thing, like, people that win the lottery, they wait 6 months to come forward because all these bad things are supposedly going to happen to them. If I won the lottery, it will never happen since I don't play. But if I did play and I did win, my ass would be at lottery headquarters the very next day. Give me my half and half distribution. I would take the lump sum. I'd take half lump sum and the rest annual payments. That way it's kind of like protecting myself if I'm an idiot. But On to the $100,000. This is what you do. If you're watching this channel, that means you're an enterprising individual. So you would not do any of the stupid things that people do. Call someone, tell someone, or something really idiotic like taking the whole $100,000 and going to put it in the bank. You will do none of that. Also, let's talk about money laundering. If you were to take that money and go out and buy money orders or other financial instruments such as bearer bonds and cash them in, technically that's money laundering. So you don't want to do that. Even though it's your money, it's still money laundering and it may trigger some flags. So this is what you do. All of the money that comes through your eBay business, because you're going to have an eBay business, you're going to have an Amazon business, all that money goes straight to the bank and you save that. Because you have this cash that you're going to use to pay all your bills. You pay your bills in cash. You go out and buy that money order, not to put into the bank, but to pay your bills every month. You come up with a certain level of financial discipline. You split up the cash. You put the cash in several different places. You don't all want it in just one lump sum in one place, because if something happens, all your money's gone. By spreading your cash out, you protect yourself. And that's how you do it. Save the money, PayPal money going to the bank, Amazon, all these electronic transfers. You go to the bank, you save. Now, this is the thing. Reason that you put that money from Amazon, eBay, and whatever else electronic fund transfer that's going into your checking accounts, that money's already accounted for. You're going to have to pay taxes on it anyway. With all of the changes that are happening with online commerce, you're caught up in the wind. It's not exactly a bad thing. It's just the way it is, and it's progress. So with your money, the thing is, you gotta have a plan. I don't care if you make $50,000 a year or $10,000. If you're blowing your money, you're blowing your money. By using this cash, it also gives you a good feeling, because you know, if you have proper financial management, real financial management, that you could live for a few years and not have to work. Understand that's a good position to be in. Just don't take your money and start going crazy and doing all this other stuff, or make the mistake of completely balling out at auctions. You can raise your operating budget, definitely, but do not bet the house on that lame leg horse. I mean, for real, don't do it. You do pay taxes on that $100,000 because it's business income. This is where it gets tricky, because like if you take the money and you don't pay taxes and you get caught, then that's tax evasion. If you just use the money to pay your bills, stack your cash, and appropriately pay all of your proper taxes, there ain't shit they can do to you. That's what gets people in trouble, not paying the taxes. And a few other tips. Since we live in an economy where gold and silver is just going, I mean, I know, silver came down and gold came down, and this is a correction, and it's going to do this. Bam! So, buy gold, buy silver. That's something you have, you can hold on to, and you can always, buy, sell, get more, whatever. Let me be really clear on that. If you come across a large sum of cash, one of the ways to preserve your investment, since cash is quickly becoming trash, is to buy gold or silver. How do you do it? You dollar cost average it. Say, you get that chunk of cash. I wouldn't move unless, say there's a huge correction like what we recently had. Silver was at like almost 50 and it jumped down to 35, and say it moves down to 20, you would be well served to throw a bunch of cash in there, because that's the time to buy. But make that part of your financial picture. I mean, anything will help. If you can spare $100 a month to buy silver, do it. At the end of a year, it's $1,200 worth of silver. And understand, you're buying this stuff in case things go sideways. This is for the long term. That's why you just put a little bit in and let it stack, because if you don't have a lot of money, it's hard to play big boy silver gold games. And when I say a lot of money, I'm talking about a position of $500,000, $1 million on both sides. And most of us are not there. But that's the thing. There's something you can get. And also, going forward, I'm going to be real clear about this. If you're in a position where you don't have a lot of bills, buy silver, buy gold. It's really hella hard to try to be an investor when the wolves of debt are biting you in the ass every day. It doesn't work. You got to take care of one set of business before you can do the other set. But definitely make that part of your financial picture, especially if you get a big hit like that. There are many ways that you can protect this cash and keep yourself out of harm's way. You can't tell anybody. I'm gonna really touch on. I'm about to step on some toes right now. If your marriage is a little shaky, or you were one of those idiots and you cheated on your wife and you're separated, that's the last person in the world you want to tell, dog. Don't do it. I know someone. He found a lot of money. Things weren't going well with the wifey. This woman was so pissed. She ratted his ass out, not thinking that she could get some money. No. I mean, really, really pissed. Cops came, everything went down, and she was there and I got your ass. I got your ass. After she calmed down, she even said, that really wasn't the smartest move. We could have did a lot with that money. And he was like, yeah. But see, that's the deal, kids. Do not take the money anywhere, turn it in, whatever. I know you have some questions. It's like, what if the money has die packs? Great question. If it's got die packs, you know where it came from, turn that in. It's not worth it. I am talking about complete unadulterated cash. I'm talking you buy the unit. You open it up, you find the cash. First of all, you remove the money from the unit. And if you are the type to be very excitable, you shut the door of the unit. After you make sure you have all the cash, take the cash and take your shaky ass home and calm down. You got money, you can rent the unit. Don't worry about that. Just, put your financial plan in order from the top. No, none of this going to the police. Don't tell the storage auction company. Don't tell the auctioneer. Do not do any of that stuff. There was a guy, and this story was circulating when I first got into business. It was in Arizona. Guy found $185,000 in a storage unit that he purchased at auction. This fool, total dumbass, takes the money to the office and call the police. The police comes and takes the money. Now the rub of the story is the guy was rich and they didn't get the money back. Do not turn the frickin' money in. I'm serious. Now, most of you, I have no problems even considering that you would do something that damn stupid. Most of the folks who are watching this channel are pretty savvy and they would never turn that money in. They would never get tripped up. So don't get insulted. Understand this is for new people. This is for someone coming along the channel, because as often as you hear there's really nothing good in there, a lot of times there really are good things you can get in storage units at auction. Is it going to happen every day? No. Is it going to happen every week? No. Is it going to happen every month? No. Is it going to happen every year? No. But it happens. I'm living proof that it happens. I'm telling you it happens, because the more you buy, the luckier you become. That's all I got to say on that.